Okay, it's 11:03, so I'm going to start. Today's lesson is on PSLE mock exam 2. Let's try to go into the questions and answers in detail. Okay, if we have time, we play some games. I'll try my best to give you some games also, okay? Yeah, so not to worry about, wow, P6 cannot play games. No such thing. Let me try to incorporate revision into the Kahoot. Okay, but provided we finish everything. So you have to be very cooperative, okay, respond quickly, etc. I think it will help a lot. Turn on your camera. Come on, everybody. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Tommy, you look like you're so stressed, your hair. Must be stressed out with thing. Okay, so this particular worksheet, there are 7 MCQ. We have broken up the mock exam paper into 4 parts. Okay, so 4 parts, and then we are looking at the first 7 MCQ first. Then we look into question 29, 30, 31. Right? We are not giving you the full paper because we know in school you probably having prelim exams, you probably have to even, PSLE oral exam, and you have a lot of homework from school. If I were to dump you with one full paper to do, you will be overwhelmed lah. Okay, so we break it up and then we examine the question and answer very carefully. Okay, so it's easier for you, easier for me as well, so I can get very good answers from you. Priya is here. Let me just quickly mark her attendance. All right. So if you look at the first question here, study the classification chart below. Now, organisms make their own food, do not make their own food. Reproduce by seeds, reproduce by spores. I think all these are not big issues to you. Okay, if I look at your answers this time around, a lot of you put in your answers. I'm so happy. Okay, plus of course our students from the Wednesday group, because Wednesday National Day, right? Yeah, so they don't have lesson on that day. Now, when I look at these, now I'm not going to go through in detail for those questions that all of you got correct, or maybe just 1 or 2 got it wrong. Okay, so if very few students get it wrong, I will explain quickly. If many of you get it wrong, I will explain in details. Is it okay? Now, for example, the first question, yeah, no problem. I think all of you can handle this. I don't want to spend time on this. Then we can play some games to learn more about how much you know or how much you don't know. Okay, so that's a way for me to identify. So very clearly, reproduce by seeds. We know that it's flowering plants. And then reproduce by spores. You should know also. And then can be seen by naked eye. Yes, fungi and then bacteria. All of you got this correct. Well done. Okay, so answer is A. Second question, diagram shows insects X and Y. Which of the following shows the correct number of stages? So what is insect X? Tell me, do you all know what is X? What is this particular cute little insect here? Yes, it's a cockroach. Very good. You all know, Okay, and then Y? If you cannot tell me what is Y, I'm going to faint right in front of you. X is not cute. Yep. How many of you are afraid of cockroaches? I am. That's why my hand is raised first and very high up. Okay. How many of you are afraid of lizards? I'm not. Okay. Last time I was afraid. Yeah. Not so afraid, just disgusted. Kason. It's a moth. How do you know it's a moth? Kason say, why is a moth? See, I knew it. Somebody will say that it's a moth and not a butterfly. Thank you so much, Kason. Yeah, it's okay. We always have students like that, but I know, moth and butterfly, same, but different, right? We all know that. Okay, thank you for sharing. Now, do you know people who are afraid of cockroaches usually are not afraid of lizards? And people who are afraid of lizards, they are not afraid of cockroaches. I have friends who are afraid of lizards, but they can catch cockroaches like that. Really, and they will show me, dang, 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 and then I'll scream and run. So they are not afraid, they will catch it, but they say that it will make their hands smell. because cockroaches have a very distinct smell, according to them. So Miko is afraid of both. There are cases like that. That's why I said usually, right? Usually, if you're scared of cockroaches, you're not scared of lizard. Okay, but did I share with you my story about lizards when I was young? I got a scare. I screamed so loudly because one day there was a lizard that actually broke the tail. I closed the door, no? I closed the door and I didn't realize that there's a lizard just at the edge of the door. I closed it and then the lizard fell down in 2 parts. Okay. And then the body ran away, the tail left behind shaking, shaking, wiggly. And I was screaming, for my life. I thought, okay, I killed something and then it's here to haunt me. Yeah. So I was very scared. So everybody laughed at me after that when I shared, but I really screamed the hell out of my life, Yes, I screamed so loudly. I think a few blocks away can hear me also. Anyway, that is an experience I will never forget. Yeah, Kason said cockroaches are very cute. My mom told me cockroaches come in different colors when I was young. I never believed her because in my own eyes, I only see cockroaches in dark brown color, not black, it's dark brown. But my mom told me there are many colors. So when I grew up, yes, I went to Google more about it. When I was young, don't have internet, cannot find out things like that. So I go search for cockroaches, it's always dark brown. So now we have internet, we can Google, we can find out answers. There are other colors. If you know, you tell me what are the colors, okay? Some of you might be Googling now. Yes, white cockroaches, correct. Yep. So there are others. So these questions, you should not get it wrong, It should be 3-stage as well as 4-stage. You see, we can talk so much just about the cockroaches. Now, tell me what are the various stages for the cockroach? How do you name them? Oh, Charmaine is sharing something with me. Okay. Yeah. How do we name them? Okay, Tommy, you want to tell me? Come. Yeah, Brian, I saw your answer. Name the different stages. What are they called?
Egg, nymph, and adult.
Egg. Okay. So he says egg to nymph, right? And then to adult. Yes. Thank you very much. What about the insect? Why? The moth or the butterfly? Yeah, Hannah, good. I'm going to say that later. So someone tell me for the butterfly, the moth. Okay, so we start off with egg and then adult, right? Very good. Okay, now, so very quickly, if I were to recall with you, now you have egg, you have larva, you have pupa, you have adult. Which stage is the one that it doesn't eat? Which stage? Good questions. Very good. So this is the stage where it doesn't eat, right? What is it doing? What is it doing at this stage? It is doing magic. What is it doing? Yeah. It is changing into the butterfly from like a wormy thing, developing, sleeping, resting. Yes. Hannah, can we say young instead of nymph? This is actually the young stage, but very specifically, we call it the nymph because it's only applicable here for insects. Okay, certain insects. Now, like for example, okay, if we talk about the butterfly, we don't call it the nymph, right? We call it the larva. Okay, but then there's another intermediate stage, which is the pupa. Okay, so yeah, it's transforming, correct? Yeah, so this is the word morphing. Okay, another question here. If we spell this as larva, what happens? Immediately, whole thing, no marks. It's marked wrong because larva is actually a term for a thick, hot liquid that comes from the center of the earth. If the misspelling that you have turns into a new a new meaning, and that means it exists in the dictionary, you will be marked wrong. Yeah, for chicken, we cannot call it the nymph, right? Yeah, correct. For chicken, we call it the chick. We call it the young only. Yep. So what about if I say papa instead of pupa? Mark correct or wrong? Wrong for sure. So when you write your A, make sure it looks like an A. Some people, their A is like that. Agree? If you are writing your A this way, let me tell you, okay, you are in danger. They are not going to interpret. Papa is father, yes. They are not going to interpret and say, oh, I think it's the student's handwriting not clear as marker. We see it, we mark it that way. We don't say, ayah, accident lah, the child accident lah. No, what accident? You're supposed to make sure you write properly. How about like this? Is there such a word in the dictionary? Okay, let me tell you, it depends also. Okay, for me, when I was leading okay, Hannah, when I was leading the science unit, I will tell my teachers, okay, people very similar, a bit close, we will give them up because it's not found in the dictionary. Then Hannah say, what about this? Cartoon character, Peppa Pig, right? Then wrong. Yes. Okay. Then wrong. This one, considerable. And I tell you now, in some years, okay, they mark correct. In some years, they might mark wrong. It depends on that year, who is the one leading the entire exam. Clear? From lava to Peppa Pig cannot. Okay, so be very careful with this. So I highlighted some of the things. Thank you for surfacing this. Now, answer is actually B, and I think all of you should know this by now. If you have written it wrongly, it could be an accident. Okay, it will also tell you something. You're not so strong with the 3-stage or 4-stage. Go and study once more. Question 3. Okay, one feedback. Do you all like this font better compared to the previous time we use our slide? Does this look better? If you like it, just tell me a yes. Then I will try to ensure it is easier for your eyes when we do tutorial. Yeah. And it's all spread out nicely. Thank you. Right. I know visuals are important for students. Okay, now question 3. 4 students discuss how plants and fish take in oxygen differently. They made the following statement. Raj says this. I quickly glance through your answer first. Okay, 3, a couple of mistakes. Okay, just 2% actually. Never mind, quickly. Fish take in oxygen into their blood, okay, through their gills. Ellie says fish take in oxygen into their blood through, this one, spelling error, through their mouth. Okay, then Heiko says plants have tubes that take in oxygen. This is definitely wrong, and this is definitely wrong, right? Plants have tiny openings on their leaf to take in oxygen. We call this tiny opening the stomata. Okay, stomata. If you write down stomato, you will be given the mark. Okay, if you accidentally, right? Yeah, so if you make the mistake, it's because you chose A. Yes, and 2% chose A, yeah? Raj, you know why or not? Because you all read too fast. You all read so fast. Oh, Raj, correct. Okay, quickly choose Raj. Okay, this is the case of people rushing through their work. Answer is D. Raj and Jonathan. Right. So let's go on to question 4. First thing, tell me A, B, C, D. Name the parts. Quickly, let me see. Hannah, not so important, stoma or stomata. They don't really bother about stoma or stomata. We are not marking for English, perfect English. No, we are not. So don't worry. Yes, very good. So I have answers coming in. I like this. You are responding. So the faster you respond, the more time we will have because we can move on very quickly. Yes, chloroplast. Thank you. Oopsie. Okay, someone is coming in. All right, what is C? Okay, cell membrane. Very good. And then what is D? Cell wall. So which one controls cells' activities? Well, it's like the controller, right? It's like the brain. What is the answer? Definitely it is A. Kian, I think it will be accepted. I don't think this word, right? nucleus with the A is inside. Okay, yes, Tommy. Yeah, so it will be
Why
given